Here's what's happening right now. Two major changes to two of President Trump's campaign promises. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jem Reek.
And I'm Tyler Emery. Thanks for joining us. Days after President Trump took steps to dismantle the Affordable Care Act, the Senate made moves to restore some of the funding. The bipartisan deal between Democrat Patty Murray of Washington and Republican Lamar Alexander of Tennessee would restore a little more than $100 million in funding for Obamacare outreach. In exchange for that funding, Democrats agreed to make it easier for states to get waivers to customize Obamacare rules to their specific needs. It also would allow anyone who signs up for Obamacare to get so-called catastrophic plans, which have lower premiums but higher deductibles. Currently, those are only open to people under 30. This deal comes hours after President Trump once again referred to Obamacare as virtually dead while meeting with Greece's prime minister today.
Obamacare is virtually dead. At best, you could say it's in its final legs. The premiums are going through the roof. The deductibles are so high that people don't get to use it. Obamacare is a disgrace to our nation, and we are solving the problem of Obamacare. Okay?
The comments come just days after Trump signed an executive order aimed at ending government subsidy payments to insurance companies for many customers who buy health insurance on federal exchanges.
Also today, a federal judge blocked the Trump administration's third and latest version of the controversial travel ban. The decision comes from U.S. Judge Derek Watson in Hawaii. It means the administration can't restrict travelers from 6 Middle Eastern countries. The administration says those 6 countries are not supplying enough background information on travelers. The latest ban was set to go into effect tomorrow.
The president's fortune fell by $600 million in the past year, according to Forbes magazine. His net worth is now $3.1 billion, dropping him down on the list from number 156 to 248. The magazine pointed to a tough New York real estate market, a costly lawsuit, and an expensive presidential campaign. Trump reached a $25 million settlement in a suit claiming his Trump University real estate seminars defrauded students. The Defense Department is launching an initial review of the mission in Niger that ended with an attack, leaving 4 U.S. soldiers dead and 2 wounded. U.S. officials say there was confusion on the ground during the October 4th ambush by 50 ISIS-affiliated fighters. One administration official says it's still not clear what happened. Experts will try to establish an hour-by-hour timeline of the mission and the attack.
The NFL national anthem controversy isn't going away anytime soon. Protesters say it brings attention to the treatment of black Americans. Critics say it disrespects the flag. Today, for the first time, team owners and players tried to find common ground. NBC's Jay Gray reports.
NFL owners, players, league officials, and union representatives all huddling up in New York right now, trying to come up with a game plan to deal with a controversy that's become the focus of their season.
The goal is to try to solve the anthem issue once and for all, not with an edict, not with a mandate, but with some sort of an offer to the players, a platform separate from the anthem.
This afternoon, the League and Players Union released a written statement calling the meetings productive, focused on how we can work together to promote positive social change and address inequality in our communities. The pregame protest, which started last season, ramped up after an all-out blitz last month from President Trump.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now?
And the president has continued to target the demonstrations online and Monday while answering questions at the White House.
It is very disrespectful to our country when they take a knee during our national anthem.
Players say their original message that started with 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick taking a knee to highlight racial inequality and police brutality has been distorted and all but lost in the frenzy over the flag. Kaepernick has filed a grievance against the league accusing owners of colluding to keep him out of the game this season because of his protest. The free agent may not have a team, but he's clearly still affecting what happens on the field.
That was Jay Gray reporting. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has not spoken publicly yet. He is expected to meet with reporters after tomorrow's session.
Kids in Jefferson City Middle Schools got a special look at government today. C-SPAN brought its new interactive bus to the Missouri capital city as part of its 50 Capitals tour. The tour is a way to engage students, teachers, and politicians to showcase its multi-platform public service resources. Jefferson City's mayor says students are fortunate to have this learning tool.
It's a great opportunity for the kids to learn and kind of mixing history with technology and bringing that all together, and politics. And of course, being here in Jefferson City, politics is very important for us. So learning what's happening, it's great for these students.
The tour will be in Ashland and Columbia tomorrow and plans to visit all 50 states by November 2018.
Also in the capital city, a long wait will be ending soon. The Jefferson City neighborhood has waited 6 months for a way to get home. KOMU8's Ben Brady is here in the studio with reaction to a long wait and a longer trip home.
That's right, Jim. For the last 6 months, South Lincoln Street has been closed after the street collapsed in early May. Jefferson City approved the repairs yesterday. The street is located above Boggs Creek, and a stream bank slide caused the street to collapse. With the street closed for the last 6 months, residents have had to find different routes home.
Lincoln Street being closed is very irritating because instead of driving just really close to my house, I've got to drive all the way around, and it's a couple minutes longer, and it's definitely irritating when I'm really wanting to be home.
The project is expected to cost nearly $340,000. Public Works expects the project to take 50 days. In the studio, Ben Brady, KOMU8 News.
A forgotten history of a Columbia black community is being brought back to life little by little. KOMU8's David Rothschild is live to tell us about the efforts to bring the Sharp End community back to life.
The Sharp End Heritage Committee dedicated this marker to commemorate a once prominent black community in Columbia. The businesses in the Sharp End served Columbia's black population before urban renewal wiped it out in the 1960s. The Heritage Committee says it aims to both celebrate and educate people in the community's history. One member says the marker is a symbol of love and unity for Columbia.
With us doing this, it's giving our young people, whether you're black or white, a chance to know the history of Columbia.
Today's marker is one of 15 that will commemorate the Sharp End. Reporting live from Columbia, David Rothschild, KOMU8 News.
There's been lots of sunshine the last couple of days. Let's check in with Tim to see if it's going to stick around. Tim.
Yeah, we have, and it looks like it will as skies remain clear over the next couple of days. It's all dominated by a big ridge in the jet stream. It pushes all of our weather up to our north or west or east and really blocks any change from happening. It keeps our temperatures fairly constant as of now. Right now, temperatures are in the upper 60s and low 70s. We got to about 71 in Columbia today. It sure felt awfully nice outside with more sunshine and that south breeze. Here's a look at that wind here through this evening. It's still out of the south, but it will start to settle a little bit. Any of those winds, though, throughout the afternoon have been about 5 to 15 miles per hour at its very peak, 15 miles per hour. I think that does start to settle as soon as the sun sets. Here's a look at your forecast for this evening. We should start to fall back into the lower 60s here by about 7 o'clock. Your forecast coming up here in a little bit.
Tim, thank you very much. Westminster College announced Monday it will get a new president. KOMU8's Sydney Olson is live in Fulton to tell us about the announcement.
This is Dr. Fletcher Lampkin's second time serving as Westminster College president. He previously worked at the college from 2000 to 2007. He returns to Fulton from West Virginia University in Parkersburg, where he also served as president. The staff seemed hopeful Lampkin's return would strongly benefit the college.
It's truly a special academic environment, and it would demand a special person that understood this campus and the dynamics of it to come in and take us to the next level where we need to be. And Dr. Fletcher Lampkin is definitely that person.
Westminster has not announced when Lampkin's inauguration will be. Reporting live in Fulton, Sydney Olson, KOMU8 News.
A Missouri Appeals Court throws out a $72 million lawsuit against Johnson & Johnson.
Plus, how a facility in Tokyo is working to make prosthetics more affordable.
And you're taking a live look over the capital city on this Tuesday afternoon. It's 5:08. This is KOMU8 News, first at 5. Coverage you can count on.
All right, welcome back. Here's a live look over Rocheport this afternoon. A little breeze. You can see the weeds there and some of the grass is moving around. We had that south wind that helped us get back into the low 70s this afternoon. All kinds of sunshine, though, and that's not going anywhere here for the next several days. Our forecast is going to be dominated by that big globe in the sky, the sun. And most of our temperatures here this afternoon have been in the upper 60s and low 70s. Right now, currently in Columbia, 69 degrees. The further west you go, a couple of degrees warmer. 73 out in Wichita, 79 in Kearney, Nebraska, 72 in Des Moines. Still going to be pretty fair and sunny here through the rest of this week. And not a big warm up either. These two pressure systems, these highs out over parts of the southern Great Plains and even into the Mississippi River valleys, keeps a lot of that warm south air from really reaching us. So it's going to stay mild for the next several days, and really that lack of moisture in the atmosphere keeps a lot of the clouds away from us. So for your evening, just a couple of those high clouds moving on through. Otherwise, it's a quick drop off in temperatures. By 7 o'clock, we're already starting to flirt with the 50 degree, or at least into the 50s. And then by midnight, skies should be mainly clear for one of our nice celestial events. It's the Rhinoid meteor shower. It starts tonight and goes through the 23rd, which is next Monday. Really from midnight up until dawn. If you start looking into the southeastern sky, you should start seeing some of those meteors roll through the sky. Another good feature with this is the new moon. It looks like the moon will be going into its new moon phase on the 19th, which is a couple of days from now. And so we should have very good viewing conditions for the meteor shower, especially with the clear skies that'll be out there. Just look to the south, Orion's belt, and you'll start to see some of those off to the southeast in the sky. Here's a look at our forecast as we go through the next couple of days too, though. That big ridge in the jet stream just continues to do its thing, block a lot of the moisture from moving this way, and it also blocks a big warm-up, but it does start to get progressively warmer as we go through the next couple of days, 78, 79 degrees by Friday. But then here's another storm system off to our west. On Saturday, that starts to approach us, and it does start to make that clash of warm and cold air happen. So it's dry here early into this week. You notice it too. Your lips chapped, eyes may be feeling a little dry, skin dry. Well, that'll start to change a little bit by Friday and Saturday, especially by Saturday evening. I think the bulk of Saturday is dry. We'll just feature some clouds increasing through the afternoon. By the evening, though, that chance for rain really starts to go up, and we'll have that chance from Saturday night through Sunday, maybe a couple spot chances for next week. Clear and cool tonight, so it's a very seasonal night, 45 degrees for your overnight low temperature. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be chilly again, jackets preferred, but more sunshine. The warming trend continues. The air just still very dry outside with a south wind that's just going to keep us in the 70s here for the rest of this week. 77 on Thursday, 78 on Friday. The morning temperatures start to hold in the 50s over the next several mornings outside of tonight. And then there's MU's homecoming forecast. Right now it looks like we'll be in the upper 70s for Saturday, 67 and breezy. The spot chance for rain in the morning on Sunday.
That's football weather for sure.
Yes, it is.
All right, Tim, thank you very much.
A brush fire spread quickly in the Santa Cruz Mountains south of San Francisco. The Bear Fire has torched at least 125 acres, destroying one structure. About 100 homes are in danger and evacuations have been ordered. 2 firefighters have been hurt, but both are expected to be okay.
An arson team in Selma, Alabama is investigating a string of fires. The 5 fires were lit sometime Sunday morning, all within 500 feet of each other. One damaged the historic Dallas Academy, a city-owned building which houses an art program and an office for the Boy Scouts. A woman won $72 million in a lawsuit against Johnson & Johnson in 2016.
Why a Missouri appeals court is now throwing out the reward. That's coming up. A Missouri appeals court threw out a $72 million award to a woman who claimed a Johnson & Johnson product caused her cancer. 62-year-old Jacqueline Fox of Birmingham, Alabama, died in 2015 of ovarian cancer. She accused Johnson & Johnson of hiding information about talcum powder in its products. The appeals court ruled today that Fox's case didn't have jurisdiction in Missouri. The high cost of prosthetics can be heartbreaking for amputees who want to get active again, but a facility in Tokyo is taking new steps to make them more affordable. The Blade Library allows amputees to borrow prosthetic blades for a daily cost of about $9. One 10-year-old amputee says he uses the blades to train in hopes of becoming a Paralympic athlete one day. A new study shows almost half of the country's medical care comes from emergency departments. Researchers at the University of Maryland discovered emergency care visits increased by almost 44% between 1996 and 2010. Women, African Americans, and uninsured patients use the ER for health care more often. Emergency room use was also higher in the South and the West. Another new study emphasizes the importance of treating skin cancer quickly. Researchers at the Cleveland Clinic found patients who got treatment sooner had a higher chance of survival. They say waiting a month or two makes patients 5% more likely to die, and 4 months increases the risk by more than 40%. Heart stents that dissolve may be more dangerous than metallic stents they replaced. Chinese researchers say patients with dissolvable stents have a higher risk of heart attack and clotting than those with metallic stents, and they also say these risks may increase over time.
Both Missouri senators are working to get Amazon to build its second headquarters in Missouri. What you're saying next in today's talk.
Ahead for us, President Trump treads deeper into sensitive territory, why he's now invoked the combat death of his chief of staff's son. Also, why the Puerto Rico water crisis just became worse and Wall Street's on a run. Is there still time for you to climb on board? When we see you for NBC Nightly News.
Senators Roy Blunt and Claire McCaskill are working to get Amazon to build its new second headquarters in Missouri, St. Louis or Kansas City. or another Missouri city? Here's what you're saying in today's talk, and we begin with Caitlin. She says Springfield has been growing and bringing businesses to Missouri. Would be an awesome spot. Gabrielle says there's the I-70 corridor, east-west, connecting to St. Louis, then onto the eastern states, and KC, then on to the western states. Then there's the north-south 63 corridor that opens up as well. As far as shipping is concerned, Columbia seems to make the most sense geographically. And James says none. They'd be fools to put a headquarters here or to reward Missouri with that kind of income when we are so far behind the moral zeitgeist when it comes to health care, pain management, gun control, and so many other things. Amazon, go to a civilized state.
Most kids spend their allowance on candy or toys, but one kindergartner is using her money to help out her classmates.
Here's a recap of one of our top stories. A Jefferson City neighborhood has waited 6 months for a road to be cleared. Lincoln Street has been closed since the street collapsed in early May. Jefferson City approved repairs yesterday. The street is located above Boggs Creek. A slide caused the street to collapse. Residents have had to find different routes home. The project is expected to cost nearly $340,000. Public Works expects the project to take 50 days to complete. Coming up on KOMU 8 News at 6 o'clock, a recent study says money might actually buy happiness.
But there is a catch. A look at how spending can change your life coming up on KOMU 8 News at 6. Take a look at this. One kindergartner noticed some of her classmates couldn't afford milk during snack time, and she wanted to help. 5-year-old Sunshine Olefke decided to use the money she had saved for a snowmobile to help pay for milk for her classmates. Sunshine and her grandmother have a GoFundMe page for the project. So far, they've raised nearly $5,000.
All right, no forecast for this evening. More clear skies and that dry atmosphere helps our temperatures quickly fall back into the 50s this evening. Jacket weather again by tomorrow morning. I have us around 45, 74 in the afternoon, 77 on Thursday. And we keep warming up into the weekend. I have us around 78 for Mizzou's homecoming.
You know, right now, short sleeve golf shirt is perfect for the afternoon.
Oh,
but you come walking out of here at nighttime.
In the morning or night,
cold.
it's chilly.
Yep.
That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day.